Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Marvel's latest series for Disney Plus is Echo, which feels like it's one of the most un-Marvel series to date. I think that's actually one of its strengths. All 5 episodes will be streaming on January 9th, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. We first met Maya Lopez, aka Echo, in the Marvel series Hawkeye. She's played by Alaqua Cox. Maya's family traces back to the ancestors of the Choctaw tribe whose people were saved after a collapsing cave. Maya was born deaf and became an amputee after a fatal car crash killed her mother. She and her father moved to New York, where Maya finds herself caught up in the underworld crime ring of Wilson Fisk, the kingpin played by Vincent. Now, 5 months after she shoots Kingpin, she heads back to her hometown in Oklahoma for some unfinished business. Now, there's a bounty out for Maya, and now her family finds themselves caught up in her mess. The series also stars Chaske Spencer, Graham Greene, and Tantoon Cardinal. Marvel's latest movies and series have really dealt with multiverses and other galactic realms, but Echo remains firmly grounded on Earth, really drawing on the real cultures and traditions of the Choctaw tribe as the backdrop for this story. The first half of episode 1 is used as its origin story, including some of the events in Hawkeye, kind of kicking off where the series is going to go. Episodes 2 and 3 also open with kind of a different touch point in the Choctaw history, with episode 3 introducing the audience to a tribal police that was created in the 1800s. Maya isn't someone that comes with your traditional, stereotypical superpowers, but rather uses her powers from channeling her ancestors and then using her deafness as a power against her enemies. There's a real strong sense of community and awareness for what makes Maya stand out in the Marvel world, and then the creative team uses that strength instead of using it as a crutch. Now, Echo taps into the really unique elements of sign language, and there are times during the really heightened action sequences where it goes silent to really have the audience understand it through Maya's perspective. This will be the first time that Marvel will release all episodes on the same day versus its kind of standard weekly release model. It's being featured as the first in the Marvel Spotlight banner, featuring grounded solo stories to the screen that don't have a lot of homework coming into it. Now, like many Marvel series, there's a lot of storytelling and build-up in the first episode to really set the stage. And you don't need to watch Hawkeye first, as the flashbacks really provide that kind of entry point. Echo is a series that tells its own story for Maya Lopez. The first episode ends with a really big cliffhanger that sets up where the rest of the series is headed. Now, I've seen the first 3 episodes of the 5, and the action kicks into really high gear in the second episode, which actually comes with a content warning. The writers continue to dive into the importance of the ancestors and the really fractured history of Maya and her family. Alaqua Cox is absolute dynamite on screen, really fiercely playing into Maya's independent nature. It's a really great character that you wouldn't necessarily expect to go up against the kind of brutish force of Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. Now, I've said this many times before, that Marvel series tend to really start strong, but there's this kind of consistency and this narrowed focus to Echo that really should keep up the momentum going through the rest of the series. I'm giving Echo 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. Other Marvel reviews of all the other Marvel series on my YouTube channel and on my website, so check those out. Follow me on social media at Paul's Movie Trip. Do you have a favorite Marvel series? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment on YouTube or on social media. And Paul's Trip to the Movies is brought to you by Imagine Theaters. If you want to go to the movies right now, there's some really great movies playing, like The Iron Claw, Anyone But You, Wonka, The Color Purple. Get tickets today through their website, through their app, and while you're there, check my movie series. Paul McGuire Grimes Presents. Coming up January 28th is All of the President's Men. February is Doctor Strangelove. March, it's Good Will Hunting. I do a discussion after every one of these screenings, so get tickets today, come to the theater, see these classics back up on the big screen, and then let's talk about them. I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching my review of Echo. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.